We're only a month into the decade, and we're already back on our BS. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 WTF British moments of January 2020. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most bizarre stories to come out of the UK over the month of January. From Big Ben's bong to Teddy's tree attire, it's been a right strange one. Number 10, Bond says bye-bye to booze.
James Bond.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to be our designated driver. That's right, an ad for Heineken's alcohol-free beer was released starring Daniel Craig, aka James Bond. Pretty harmless stuff to build hype for the new movie, and also promote an alcohol-free alternative for those who would need it. Though, some were outraged by the ad, including Piers Morgan, no surprise there, who claimed 007 was once again being emasculated to fit our current social climate.
Why do we have to cut James Bond's balls off?
But honestly, shouldn't the real issue be that Bond's become such a corporate sellout? Bring back the martinis, damn it. Number 9, coin comma commotion. Toss a coin to your editor because there's been a bust-up over the design of a new 50p piece. The coin was already a point of contention as its release coincides with Brexit, which is something you've probably never heard of. However, the real drama ensued when novelist Sir Philip Pullman, who is known for the His Dark Materials series, gave a penny for his thoughts, pointing out a major flaw in its design. Pullman called for a boycott of the coin, not over politics, but over the simple fact that it's missing an Oxford comma where there's supposed to be one. A very British problem indeed. Number 8, BBC's basketball blunder.
US media are reporting that basketball star Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in California.
January closed out with the tragic news of the passing of basketball legend Kobe Bryant after a helicopter crash. People across the globe mourned the loss of their hero, and news outlets were quick to air coverage of the event. Only some were a little too quick. An in memoriam piece celebrating the life and career of the player aired, but the B-roll showed a clip of the wrong Lakers star, LeBron James.
His list of achievements is long. An all-star, an NBA champion.
Honestly, how does this keep happening? Simple mistake or straight up ignorance? Who knows, but the BBC has since apologized for this major botch.
We mistakenly showed pictures of another basketball player, LeBron James, and we do apologise for the error.
Number 7, koala armor.
Everybody looks very worried about this. I'm trying not to be worried because I'm being told that he can sense if I'm worried.
ITV presenter Debbie Edward had quite the shock when she visited the Kangaroo Island Wildlife Park in Australia. She had the rare opportunity to get hands-on with one of Australia's deadliest creatures, the drop bear, which is said to fall out of trees and poison tourists with its venomous barbs.
Really not
I'm gonna get the dart gun, just don't move. Don't move.
Only, that's complete tosh, and the park workers were pulling an elaborate prank on her, making her suit up in armor to hold on to an innocent little koala. The whole thing was an absolute riot as Debbie panicked throughout the news piece until they mercifully cut the prank short.
Good work, Sam. Thanks, mate. That was great.
You're kidding me! You're kidding me!
Number 6, Peter pours a pasteurized pint.
我是 Peter Phillips， 我爱喝娟山鲜牛奶。
Famous faces doing ads abroad for a bit of cash is hardly a new thing, but British royal family member Peter Phillips is quite the outlier. Videos surfaced of his appearance in a Chinese commercial for Jersey Cattle Fresh Milk, and it's quite bizarre to say the least.
This is what I drink.
Many question the legality of Phillips cashing in his royal links in such a way, but the controversy quickly turned to Piers Morgan's direction when he started mocking the Chinese language in a segment on Good Morning Britain.
This is rather
You can't take the mickey out of it. He's drinking Xinjiang milk, right?
You
From the
can't.
Chinese state.
You can't.
Well, that's what they just said in the advert.
Ofcom received a heap of complaints about Morgan, and some important figures have called for an investigation over Phillips milking his royal status. Number 5, Triple H talks trollops.
If you're an independent wrestler or you're wanting to get into the sports entertainment business to become a WWE superstar, how do you get here to that level of success?
The Game Triple H has gone from wrestling superstar to WWE Executive Vice President of Talent and Creative, so you'd think he'd know a thing or two about presenting himself in a business-like manner. Yet, in an interview where he was discussing the well-being of WWE talent, he implied that retired British wrestler Paige was a bit of a loose woman, saying, "I would like to see them live long, healthy lives. You know, Edge has kids. Paige, maybe she probably has some she doesn't know of." Fans and friends were quick on the attack for this weirdly out of context diss, with Paige's boyfriend calling out trips on Twitter.
We've been in a male-dominated industry for years, but you know what? The women have just grown so much.
Things were quickly remedied when the cerebral assassin made a public apology. Number 4, Egyptian entices 80-year-old.
And I said, "You are absolutely mad."
Listen, we had to hear it, so you do too. For some reason, the story of an 80-year-old woman meeting the Egyptian man of her dreams on the internet is sweeping the nation. Iris finally met up with her 35-year-old toy boy after he professed his love for her, and the two engaged in a passionate evening. Don't ask us how this made it to news outlets. Many had concerns that the fella was just after her money, but Iris put her foot down, saying that this was not the case. She was brought on to This Morning to clear the air in an especially X-rated interview, in which Holly and Phil had to put on a brave face whilst she gave some rather intimate details.
Can I say what we used? A whole tube of KY jelly?
Oh.
TMI from the OAP.
I couldn't walk the next day. Yeah, I felt as if I'd been riding a horse.
Number 3, battle for Big Ben to bong for Brexit.
Will Big Ben bong for Brexit?
Brexit has left our country divided more than any event in recent memory, and it seems that each week there's another argument between the Brexiteers and the Remainers. While the fiery battle over whether the song at the top of the charts on Brexit Day should be either Ode to Joy, the Europe anthem, or a song named, well, we can't say the word on here, so 17 million F-offs? The real battle was trying to get Big Ben to bong in celebration of Britain saying goodbye to the EU.
What about rubbing people's noses in it? The Remainers, who just think...
Do we think they wouldn't notice that we've left the EU otherwise? I mean...
Ultimately, it was the Remainers who lucked out, as Big Ben continues its silence until further notice. Number 2, Teddy's Tree Turnout. Have you heard of that new singing competition show, The Masked Singer? Well, they get a panel of celebrity hosts to try and guess who might be behind the mask of the performers, often with the most ludicrously highball suggestions like George Clooney. Come on, would he really do a talent show? Hell, Jonathan Ross even sparked outrage by guessing a singer was Natalie Cole, who died 5 years ago. Honestly, the whole thing turns a little bit eyes wide shut around the reveal stage. Alas, none could have predicted that the man behind the Tree Guys was none other than retired football legend Teddy Sheringham.
He was around and about, but not close enough.
Before we get to our number 1 WTF moment of the month, here's some headlines that almost made the cut. Number 1, Megxit makes a mess.
And a statement from Prince Harry and Meghan saying they're stepping back from royal duties.
Yep, you saw this one coming, mostly due to the fact that it's on the telly every single day with some shocking new developments. Just over a year and a half after their royal wedding, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have announced they're leaving the UK in favour of Canada.
Come off it,
No,
Paul.
she didn't.
She was a 35-year-old Hollywood star divorcee.
This effectively means they'll be abandoning their royal duties to live the quiet life, a decision that has left the country divided, with some saying that Meghan has our Harry whipped and others saying they should be allowed to live their lives.
That means they'll no longer be given the title of Their Royal Highness and won't be funded by the public.
Either way, don't worry, Harry. If you're looking for work in Canada, I know a good top 10 list company that'd be happy to have you. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.